Hi, this is Karen E., and I was just inspired to do a reading for December. And I was also inspired to mix up three decks and make it interesting. And I used the Mother Peace Tarot and then the Goddess Tarot, and then also mixed in the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I'm also using a more in-depth layout than I have on the other readings. And as always, it's not always the traditional interpretations that come through with these cards. Depending on the reading and the questions you ask, whatever comes through is for that reading. And it might not be what it says in the book, but that's what comes through. So for the situation, we have the Four of Pentacles. And four is about structure, order, stability. And what I see this as is kind of how are we meeting our needs and being secure in the world, but then also contributing to the world. And there's all kinds of things that we were taught about how we do that. And I think we're being forced to question what we were taught about how to be secure in the world, whether it's, you get a house, you pay your mortgage, you work for these people, you follow these rules. And a lot of things have happened where we're really questioning that and realizing that not all these things we taught are working for us. Maybe there's a different way to get there. And also what's on our mind and influencing us is just really the need for more contemplation. In the traditional tarot deck, this is the Hermit card. And so with all this chaos going on, we're finding that we need to spend some more time alone, reflecting, and just really figuring out who we are and what we want and what works for us, because it's not necessarily what we were taught. This also has to do with taking time to center and ground yourself and to meditate before you go out into the world. And then for the block or the challenge, we have the Sun, which means I think we're going to be really challenged on shining our light. There may be some difficulties we face, some dark energies and conflicts trying to take away our light. And so that's going to be a challenge. And then the card we have to work with that challenge is a victory card. So maybe it's reflecting on when are the times in your life where you won by shining your light and reminding yourself of your strengths and how far you've come. I also see these branches around her almost as a layer of protection, anchors of protection. And so it's also the key to maintaining your light would be have your anchors in place. Do your self-care. Do your daily meditation. Be able to observe when there's conflict going on. It might even be envisioning sort of a bubble around yourself that, just because there's a conflict going on around you, it doesn't mean you have to be involved in it. You can observe and still maintain your peaceful space. And then for the foundation of the reading, we've got a reversed card about flexibility. And I saw this in a few ways. One being, I think we also had the reversed justice card in another deck that reminded me of, hey, maybe we're not grounded. And I think this is another reminder with all this stuff going on, it really is important to stay grounded. So it's doing that meditation, going outside and literally standing by a tree and just literally feeling the support of the earth beneath you. I think it might also have to do with realizing maybe there are some non-negotiable rules that you have. And maybe you're realizing, whether it's through your job or people you have to pay, whatever, that maybe some of those core values you have been compromised, or you felt like you had to compromise those things in order to get your needs met, to make the money, whatever. And maybe it's realizing, what, I'm not going there anymore. I have to be true to my values and myself. And maybe it's asking for what you need. And if someone asks you to do something, it's saying, okay, in order for me to do that, I need this and this and this. And it's not saying no, but you're advocating for what you need, and you're going to follow your values, and not just do what everybody tells you anymore. That's just not working for you. The issue that is the recent past, this is the truth be told. And so maybe you've recently just realized who you are and what your truths are, and that you can't just go along with the masses anymore. Masses can also be like asses. You just can't suck up to get along and get the job done and get to check anymore. It's just not working. You've got to be true to yourself, and you're wanting to express your opinions and your truth, and wanting to be who you are. And so that's something you've already realized, and that's going to help carry you through this month. You know who you are, and you have integrity and values, and you want your actions to reflect those. Let's see, for the near future, we've got go the distance. So maybe you're willing to put in a little extra energy to get your goals done or go for your dreams. Maybe this is also other people who can help you go the distance to get your needs met and to work together. And then the hopes and fears, chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict are not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes that's what needs to happen to shake things up, to get rid of the things that we don't need, that aren't serving us anymore. And I also noticed this is a number 33, and that number often means that our ascended masters are with us. So you're certainly not alone in facing all this chaos and conflict. You've got whatever you believe in. If you believe in God or angels, guides, you're not alone in this. Your helpers are with you, and so are like-minded people. The sky of the reading, I think this one is referring to your intuition, your wisdom. And this is not something that's always tangible or logical, or goes with what's written down, but it's just your inner knowing, and it's also fueled by your support, your spiritual support, and what you believe in. You've always got that support with you. You're never alone. Which the environment card, we've got the co-create card reversed, which says to me, maybe there are those moments this month where you feel like you're just all alone in this. But again, keep in mind the sky of this reading. No, you're never alone. You've got your God with you, your helpers, and maybe it's even asking, please lead me to the like-minded souls. Lead me to my tribe so that we can go about this together. And who knows, maybe some of those people who are involved in the chaos and conflict are people who are also struggling with what to do, and they can either take the high road or go over to the dark side. And maybe there's something that you can do or say that's going to influence them to take the high road. You never know. It doesn't mean you got to take responsibility for them. No. I kind of used the boat analogy with that. You don't want to let somebody into your boat. They've got to stay in their own boat. Maybe you could throw them a life preserver or paddle and some directions, but don't ever let anybody into your boat because you'll sink. So yeah, there might be some of those people who've been on the dark side who are wanting to decide to come over into the light, and you can be helpful with that. For the outcome, we have, let me just make sure that I've covered all these cards. I think I have, yes. This is the wish card reversed. So maybe there are going to be times this month where you're like, oh, are my wishes ever going to come true? Why is this so hard? And just really doubting. Just hang in there and be patient. And then we have this time to go card. Ironically, this has come up a couple times this week. And so that really, again, tells me that there are some situations or people or beliefs or ways we've been doing things that we're going to leave behind. They're just not working for us anymore. Time to go. And then the last card here in the resolution phase, what I see this as, and I actually pulled this out, is a peace sign. Peace. That's the resolution right there. So what are the things you're going to do to have peace in your life? Who are the people that you're going to be around to have peace in your life? And because really that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? We want to feel good and we want to be at peace. And it's often in those little things that we do, even in our thoughts day to day. If you've got a thought of, oh, I really sucked at that, and you're starting to feel bad, that's not where you want to go. If something doesn't feel good, that's your compass. So change that thought. If you're in a room full of people and you feel miserable, maybe it's time to walk out of that room. Go somewhere where you feel good. So let your feelings be your compass. If it feels good, it's for you. And if it doesn't feel good, it's not for you. So that is my spontaneous reading about December. So hang in there and do those things you need to do to maintain your light. You certainly will get through this. You may make some changes and leave some things behind. But who knows, maybe you'll be assertive and you'll make some changes to situations where you can stay, and you might even, pull some people into the light and make things better. Time will tell. Good luck.